Welcome into this edition of Great City Attractions. Today we tour a wonderful spot full of historical importance. These are the tourist attractions of Kirkwall and Orkney. Ring of Brodgar, one of the most famous tourist attractions in the UK and in the Orkney Islands. The Ring of Brodgar is a world-famous hinge-like system, which presents itself in a large open circle. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is among the largest of its type in the British Isles. It's thought the place was one of the focal points for rituals in the area, with numerous tombs, standing stones and hinges to be found close by. Scara Brae. When people think of attractions in Orkney, they most probably think of Scara Brae. Another Neolithic wonder, Scara Brae is thought to have been inhabited some 5,000 years ago. The high level of preservation of the site is sure to impress visitors. The sunken houses here measure some 40 metres across, while it's estimated that the site may have supported a small community numbering around 40 to 60 people. Highlights of the site today include taking in stone-built furniture and underground passageways, while excavations have also uncovered necklaces, small bowls and work knives. St Magnus Cathedral, one of the more prominent sites within Kirkwall itself. Amazingly, St Magnus Cathedral is thought to be the oldest cathedral in Scotland. Construction started in the early 12th century, while forces under Mary I attempted to storm the church in 1557. The church today functions as a Presbyterian church. Birsay, an interesting place to explore. The Birsay parish is the place you'll find Norse settlements, a prominent lighthouse, which is situated on a tidal island, and the Earl's Palace, which dates to the 16th century and was said to have boasted both an archery lawn and bowling green at the height of its powers. Earl's Palace. Near the aforementioned St Magnus Cathedral, Earl's Palace has an interesting past, with a trumped-up criminal charge said to be the reason for the construction of the palace on the site you see today. The Earl, Patrick of Orkney, met his end by execution. The charge in this case is said to be treason. Broch of Gurness, another of the wonderful places to visit in Orkney. The ruins here echo from the 500s BC and offer a glimpse into Iron Age life. The main highlights of the settlement here include the stone broch. It's thought that Roman conquest also had implications for the settlement, while Pictish inhabitation of the site may have extended some 500 years after the broch had fallen into disrepair. If you're enjoying this video, feel free to subscribe to the channel below. Scapa Flow, one of the great waterways and natural harbours. The waters of Scapa Flow have played host to Viking warriors, 17th century royalists, and the fleet of the United Kingdom and its navy. The HMS Royal Oak capsized here after a U-boat attack of 1939. Indeed, the waters of Scapa Flow are littered with scuttled warships from the World Wars. The Second World War bringing about the construction of the famous Churchill barriers, which link a number of islands today. Standing Stones Stenness, another great Neolithic site of Orkney. The Stones of Stenness may well be part of the oldest hinge structure in the British Isles. The stones here rise up to 5 metres high, with the complex lying in relatively close proximity to the Ring of Brodgar and a number of chambered tombs of the area. Radiocarbon dating has placed first works on the site to around 3100 BC. Italian Chapel. One of the most interesting stories and popular tourist attractions in Orkney is that of the Italian Chapel. The Catholic chapel was built by Italian prisoners of war after their capture during the World War II conflict. The labours of the prisoners also aided in the construction of the aforementioned Churchill barriers. Features of the chapel include its concrete facade and interior murals. Stromness. The second city of Orkney, Stromness is well worth a visit. The town has a great maritime past, having welcomed crews from the voyages of Captain Cook, while also playing host to ships from the Hudson's Bay Company. The Stromness Museum is a must-visit spot. The Stromness Museum is a must-visit, with a number of artefacts from both First World War naval activity and polar exploration being draw cards of the collection. That concludes this edition of Great City Attractions. Subscribe to the channel. What's your favourite place to visit in Orkney? Comment below.